How does Melania Trump really feel about all the allegations?
Just watch her closely here.
As we come back, third inning of game number 4.
I mean,
President Donald Trump.
Or maybe it's very difficult to get out of. Maybe she's scared to death of getting out of it. Or she's being told she can't get out of it.
Melania Trump might be in grave danger. She was recently missing at Donald Trump's recent public appearance, and people have begun to question just why that is the case. Many have speculated that her life is in danger because she was also abused by Trump, and now he's finally being exposed for it. It's not every day that a former U.S. president faces criminal charges in court, but that's exactly what happened to Donald Trump. After being photographed entering and leading his Trump Tower skyscraper in New York, he flew back to Florida on his private jet to face the music. But there was one thing missing: his wife, Melania, and daughter, Ivanka.
Where's Melania? I mean, when you look at this, you can do all the legal analysis, but Donald Trump knows that he's on a huge stage today. Everyone's watching.
As people began to ask where's Melania, Trump gathered his supporters and family members in the ballroom of his Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach. In a rambling speech that was part tirade against his indictment and part thanks to his family, he made no mention of his absent wife.
But I have a great family, and they've done a fantastic job, and we appreciate it very much. They've gone through hell.
Meanwhile, his daughter Ivanka was also nowhere to be found. Having distanced herself from her father's 2024 presidential campaign and her time as a key aide in his White House, she chose not to attend the event. The absence of Melania and Ivanka was notable, especially given the charges against Trump. In fact, video footage focused on Melania leaving Trump and not showing support in public, as well as on Ivanka's absence from the event. It's clear that there's a rift within the family, but for what reason? Could it have to do with Trump being an abuser and Melania being a victim? Watch this clip.
The words my husband used are unacceptable and offensive to me. This does not represent the man that I know.
Melania Trump was notably upset in a recent family photo that had social media buzzing. Rumors swirled that she may have joined her husband in New York, but no confirmation of her whereabouts emerged, leaving fans wondering where the former First Lady was hiding. Many also wondered why she suddenly no longer supported her husband, considering she initially thought this about the allegations surrounding him. According to an insider source who spoke to People last month, Melania is leading her own life and enjoying the company of those who love her at Mar-a-Lago. She allegedly prefers to keep things upbeat with her family and close friends, steering clear of any mention of her husband's extramarital affairs or the alleged hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels and former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Despite her cheerful disposition, the source claims Melania is still upset about her husband's past indiscretions. According to sources, Melania and her family are even under extreme stress due to how she has been treated by the ex-president, and it's not hard to see why.
Behind the scenes, they are really struggling with their mental health.
It was also speculated that due to the sheer amount of allegations surrounding him and the fact that he is so powerful, Melania has been suffering in silence for a while now and can't really speak up.
Of his magnitude, there's an expectation on you, and you have to commit to those things. And so I'm just of that ilk of we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
In the ongoing legal battle, Trump faces 34 charges of allegedly falsifying business records and covering up hush money payments. Prosecutors allege that the payments were made to keep Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal quiet about their affairs with Trump. The former president denies having any romantic involvement with either woman, but there is clearly more to the story. Donald Trump is, for one, in hot water as he faces charges of business fraud over hush money payments to ex-porn actress Stormy Daniels. Stormy has publicly claimed that she and Trump engaged in sexual activity, and she alleges that she accepted $130,000 from Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, just before the 2016 election in exchange for her silence about the encounter. Despite the allegations surfacing back in 2018, the former president has continued to deny any sexual involvement with Stormy. In response to media interviews, Stormy has recounted meeting Trump at a charity golf tournament in 2006 and alleging that they had sex once in his hotel room at Lake Tahoe. According to Stormy, Trump's lawyer paid her $130,000 just days before the 2016 presidential election in a bid to keep her quiet about the affair. Stormy has claimed that she felt compelled to take the money due to threats made to her safety and that of her family, both legally and physically. Stormy, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, claims that she had a sexual encounter with Trump in 2006, shortly after they met at a charity golf tournament. In exchange for her silence about the alleged affair, she accepted $130,000 from Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, just days before the 2016 presidential election. But that's not all. In 2011, shortly after agreeing to give an interview about the alleged affair to In Touch magazine, Stormy claimed that an unknown man approached her and her infant daughter in a Las Vegas car park and threatened her to leave Trump alone. Fast forward to 2018, and the details of this sordid affair have come to light with allegations of hush money payments, threats, and lawsuits. Despite Trump's vehement denials of any sexual involvement with Stormy, the scandal has continued to haunt him. In 2018, Cohen was imprisoned after pleading guilty to tax evasion and breaking campaign finance rules, in part related to his payment to Stormy and another alleged Trump lover. Initially denying any connection to the payments, Cohen later testified under oath that Trump had directed him to make the hush payment and had even reimbursed him. And Stormy Daniels isn't the only woman in the spotlight with the Trump case. While the infamous Stormy Daniels scandal may have dominated headlines, prosecutors are now also focusing on Trump's alleged liaison with Playboy model Karen McDougal. McDougal, a former model and actress from Indiana, was named Playboy magazine's Playmate of the Year in the late 1990s. She claims to have had an affair with Trump in 2006 and 2007, though he denies any sexual relationship with her. The details of McDougal's story were apparently so damaging that American Media Inc., the parent company of the National Enquirer, paid her $150,000 for the rights to her story in order to prevent her from going public with it just ahead of the 2016 presidential election. This practice, known in the publishing industry as catch and kill, has been at the center of the ongoing legal battle. While Ami admitted to the payment in a non-prosecution agreement with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in 2018, prosecutors allege that Trump, his lawyer Michael Cohen, and former Ami CEO David Pecker agreed that Trump would reimburse the media company for the payment. However, Pecker ultimately chose not to seek repayment after consulting with a company lawyer. The U.S. Federal Election Commission has ruled that Ami's payment to McDougal constituted an illegal campaign contribution benefiting Trump and fined the company's successor $187,500. Pecker has also testified before the Manhattan grand jury investigating the case and indicting Trump. McDougal later sued Ami and reached an agreement allowing her to discuss her relationship with Trump. With these latest revelations, the legal troubles for the former president are only getting more complicated. But legal troubles are the last of his problems because Stormy Daniels was just the start. Even more women have since come forward with allegations of sexual misconduct. One of the most high-profile accusations came from former Apprentice contestant Summer Zervos, who claimed that Trump had made unwanted advances toward her during a meeting in 2007. Zervos filed a defamation lawsuit against Trump after he denied her claims, and the case eventually made its way to the Supreme Court before being dismissed in March 2021. Another woman, Jessica Leeds, accused Trump of groping her on a plane in the 1980s. Leeds' story gained traction in the media during the 2016 presidential campaign, and she later went on to speak at a news conference with several other women who had made similar allegations against Trump. It's no surprise Melania is behaving the way she is. The ex-president has been accused of sexual misconduct by at least a shocking 26 women, including claims of assault and rape, dating back to the 1970s. The accusations became public after the release of the infamous Access Hollywood tape in October 2016, in which Trump boasted about grabbing women's genitals in 2005. Some of the women had already shared their stories before the tape's release, while others came forward in the months that followed. Trump, known for his brash and dismissive attitude, has broadly denied the allegations and labeled them as fabricated and politically motivated accounts pushed by the media and his political opponents. He even promised to sue all of his accusers during the 2016 presidential campaign, but so far, he has failed to follow through on that promise. Trump and his lawyers have suggested that he couldn't have engaged in the alleged behavior with certain women because he wasn't physically attracted to them. It's very damning, though, that while two women even sued Trump, he did not take legal action against any of his accusers. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching and goodbye.